The tragedy in Las Vegas has triggered more discussion on the vulnerability of so-called soft targets. One man from our area actually teaches people how to survive an active shooter. Danny Miner is the former Freeland chief of police and a former member of the Pennsylvania Capitol Police Force. He now lives in Las Vegas but still teaches active shooter survival training. Our Lisa Sugart spoke with him via phone yesterday about the shooting in his new hometown.
Well, I was actually at home. I saw it on Facebook, and my first reaction was, honestly, oh my God, I can't believe it happened. But I kind of knew sooner or later Vegas would be a target. I really did. And it's unfortunate. And my second thought was, is my daughter at work? She works down at Caesars on the Las Vegas Strip, and she actually goes to college full-time at UNLV, and her apartment is just blocks away from where this incident happened. And I started texting her to see where she was. And she didn't return my text for about 10 minutes. It was the longest 10 minutes of my life. Honestly, Lisa, the longest 10 minutes of my life.
I can only imagine. I mean, that is horrific. You yourself, you have seminars on how to survive a mass shooting. For something like this, where the shooter was above the crowd, what advice do you have? Can what you teach help people in a situation like this?
Well, I was thinking about this. First of all, they plan their attacks. So I mean, I know nothing's been released, but just my professional knowledge, I would say, as I look at this, he planned this attack. He knew that concert was going to go on. They looked for large groups of people. Of course, that concert's going to have a large group of people. And then he thought, boy, if I shoot from my hotel room, how could these people get away? That's my guess what his thought was, because people just don't decide to do this. They plan these attacks for a long time, and I'm assuming that's what he did. And I saw a video of the people, and I thought to myself, of course I teach run, hide, and fight, just like Homeland Security came out with. But if you think about it, at that time, what do you really do? I mean, you are a sitting duck. He's shooting from his hotel room with this machine gun type gun, and you just have nowhere to go. I think some of the people just hitting the ground was probably the best thing they could do, because if you're running, you're actually more of a target. So my thing was, you're looking at the hide part of it. A lot of people got down on the ground, tried to hide behind stuff. Was probably the right thing to do. I don't know if there's a right thing to do in this one. We teach a lot about active shooters, but this one was out in the open. People were sitting ducks. He's on the 32nd floor of Mandalay Bay. I mean, it's unbelievable how this guy planned this. It's unbelievable.
As an expert in security yourself, what do you see happening? Do you think there will be major changes made now because of this situation?
I think you have to. I think to myself, do you search people's bags before they go up to the hotel room now? Is that even possible? People, they might check in and then come back in, leave for a couple hours and come back in. Do you recheck them? Do you keep rechecking bags before you go up to the room by the elevators? I think maybe you have to. I always, and honestly, I'm a pro-gun. When it comes to gun, I think people should carry guns. I think people have the right to carry guns. But, in this incident, I don't even know if that would have helped. I mean, the guy was on the 32nd floor. What could they have done? Nobody could have shot that far up. They didn't even know where the shots were coming from. So my thing is, I still think security should be armed at the casinos, which they're not. I still think that in situations, all security should be armed. I think bags are going to have to be searched before they get to the elevators. That's the only way to prevent this. If you're going up to your room, every time you go up, if you have a bag, it's got to be searched.
For our viewers, what advice do you have to them when they're attending any kind of an event like this where there's a large crowd of people? What tips do you have to try to help them keep and stay safe?
Here's the thing, and I do this myself. I really do. I practice what I preach. The biggest thing is when you come to a new event or a new place that you're going to be, always think to yourself, what if something bad happens? How do I get out of here? And you start looking for exits. You start looking to where you would run and where you would go. It's too late once it starts happening. You think, oh, where's the exit? How do I get out of here? You've got to plan this before something bad happens. Anytime you come somewhere new and you're at a concert, you're at a movie, you're at anywhere, and these incidents happen everywhere, your first thought should be, if something bad happens tonight, how do I get my family out of here safe? Where do we go? That should be your first thought.
And if you would like to learn more about his seminars, go to Daniel Miner Active Shooter and Crime Prevention on Facebook.